One day I was coming in from lunch and my boss is coming out of the door. And it's like, what is going on? And she's coming out the door and she's like, just come walk with me. Just come walk with me. Something happened at the store and I just want to tell you about it before you see it. And I want you to know that however you react is okay. I just need you to know that I'm here with you, right? And so while I was at lunch, somebody came to the store, brand new building, everything is brand new in this neighborhood, and they spray paint KKK over the whole front of the store.
Girl. Okay. Okay.
So immediately my response, right, was of like, they can't scare me, they're cowards,
But
right?
were you scared?
I wasn't scared.
You had no fear. Somebody wrote KKK on the window of your job and you didn't have any fear.
That wasn't my first response. My first response was anger. My first response was, um, they are trying to instill fear in me, and that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I won't give them. I will not give them the satisfaction of instilling fear in me. And so I didn't lose my cool. Like I wasn't like angry to the point where,
Right. Okay.
like
Okay.
but I was like, oh no, they won't deter me. I'm going back in here and I'm going to go to work.
Uh,
Like I'm going to work.
and then what happens? You just go back into work and work
It
the
was a
rest of the day?
defiance.
Huh?
No, she wouldn't let me. It was a defiance. I was like, absolutely not. We won't get them the satisfaction, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going home. I'm okay,
Uh-huh.
But I went home. I went home and I think I stayed home for as long as it took them to get the spray paint off of the brick,
Yeah.
right? Because this is not even something that you can come
Yeah.
paint over,
Right.
right? This is glass and brick front. So,
Did they pay you while they figured it out? Like,
oh yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't stop there, right? So
Okay.
I wish that was like the end of the story.
I'm
You
like,
would
what
think that's
else?
the
What? Okay.
That's not that's the beginning of the story,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I come back and the KKK is gone and I go back to work. This is removed from the front of the store and one of the ladies that I work with, she was an older lady and we would have our little meetings that we would have before we open the store and I think that we were having some girlfriend time, right? And I was like, I think I said something playful about, girl, we will box if, I found out that this da 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 da, right?
Yeah.
And I can't tell you exactly what I said, but it was something along that nature, right?
Hmm.
And the next thing I knew, I was being investigated. There was an investigation, a threat of violence to her. This was not even a month later. I think part of this Black experience is that we always downgrade what happens to us. We excuse it away, we minimize it, we put it on the shelf, we forget it, we suppress it, right? And I think that that's exactly what I had done. That investigation took about 30 days, but it was no pay, but I would be paid, right? In the event that there's nothing that's founded, right?
Right.
There's no
Right.
evidence of this threat, and they're going to do this in-depth investigation about this threat to this white woman from this Black woman, right? And that is what made me nervous. Right. So they're coming for me. And after like 30 days, I get a check for 30 days.
Okay.
I get a check for 30
Okay.
days and they
And what did
bring
they
me
do with
in.
her?
They apologize. She kept her job, but
Mm.
but
Yeah.
they transferred me
Two.
to Northwest Plaza. They
Oh,
gave
wow.
me
Okay.
gave me a promotion. So this was my first management position. I was a manager over a kiosk. So that's how they shut me up.
Girl,
So
because
the
that was a EEOC filing waiting to happen.
That is what I realized.
Yeah.
So, so would I say
Because
thank
you
you
could
for
have
letting,
sued them for so much money just
and
on
I
that
had no
Well,
idea.
probably not on the KKK, but that investigation,
Hmm.
if you would have been a different type of person,
No, if I had been more
knowledgeable.
aware, if I
Yeah.
had been more aware, if I had been a little bit more angry, right? If I had been Um, a little bit more, if I had a little bit more money, right? Because what happens is that the brokest people, the poorest people are the people that are suppressed the worst, right? So if I have money to just go get a lawyer, right, to fight this, but I think a lot of times these travesties happen to people who can't afford to fight.
Well, and I think now we know, now you know, I know just from being older, you think you can't afford it. But lawyers, and this is for anybody who's watching, like if something does happen to you where, legal action needs to take place, there are many lawyers, if they see the case and they know that this is extremely like there's a case, they'll take you on. They'll just take it off the back end.
What I did learn, the reason why I wasn't angry is because of the background that I had, right? How I grew up. And so while I largely lived in the city of St. Louis most of my life, right?
Hmm.
But my most formative years, I lived in University City.
Hmm.
And so at the time I lived there, it was Jewish, white, black, Muslim, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese. There was everything. We had the perfect melting pot. And I think that what I learned is that being liked is not the same thing as being valued.